Acting Assistant Chief Jill Duskowski, and it's my pleasure to host this year's Awards and Promotion celebration. Tonight we recognize and honor our officers, civilians, and citizens for the outstanding work they have done in keeping our city safe. Following the ceremony, we will have a few surprise awards as well as door prizes, so please hold on to your tickets. I would like to take a minute to introduce a few individuals and thank them for joining us this evening. Tiffany Boyle, Commissioner of the Revenue. No, I saw her walk in. Mr. Alan Archer, Assistant City Manager. Thank you. Retired Chief William Corvello. And Rob Coleman, the President of the Newport News Police Foundation. The Reverend Dr. Willard Maxwell will now deliver the invocation.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you so much for this great occasion to celebrate the men and women who wear the blue to protect our community and to continue to allow us to have liberties to be able to have a good, wholesome, and safe life. We thank you for allowing them and for giving them the strength and courage and intestinal fortitude to put themselves in harm's way every day to make sure that we're safe. Lord, we just ask for you to continue to cover them, Lord, even in sometimes we see some bad officers in the news doing some things they're not supposed to do, but we do know that for the most part, our police officers, our police men and women are great people who take this job very seriously and are very, very wholesome-minded and very, very good people. So, Lord, we just ask for you to cover them. We ask for you to keep them safe. We ask for you to allow people to judge them by who they are and not clump all of them in one bag of bad cop here and bad cop there. We thank you again, Lord, and we just ask for you to continue to bless them, to continue to keep them safe, to continue to bless their families, continue to allow them to prosper, and to continue to allow them to move with mobility in the midst of their careers. We thank you, and we just ask for you to allow this occasion to be joyous and great and a very uplifting and heartfelt and heartwarming occasion. Amen.
It is my pleasure to now introduce Chief Michael Grinstead.
This is our celebratory event here, and I'm glad to see that we filled the room. Just wanted to take a minute and congratulate all officers that are here, civilians and citizens, on the awards and promotions that we're receiving this evening. But also remember our brothers and sisters that are out there working tonight. You know, they're doing the job so that we can partake in the ceremony. Our dispatchers that are answering the calls for the citizen. Our support staff at headquarters that are handling all the calls from the citizens and assisting the officer and admin duties. So please keep them in mind that, you know, they couldn't be here tonight because they're working. It gives me great pleasure to be able to recognize and thank you for helping make a difference in this great city that we serve. Keep up the good work, and you know your efforts are deeply appreciated. You know, I feel kind of funny up here now. You know, this is a great event. It's a smiling event. And I told the guys up here, I feel like, I don't know how many people remember, I feel like I'm on a dating game in these chairs. I might be showing my age. But thank you deeply from my heart for coming out here today, especially all the award recipients and the co-workers and the families that are supporting in here. So let's have a great event, and congratulations. Thank you.
Would say I'm bachelor number one, but my wife would hate me for that. Good evening, I'm Lieutenant Matt Hahn, and I'm honored to be here this evening to honor the men and women of the community and our department for their recognitions for what they've done this past year to contribute to the community. Unfortunately, several recipients for the awards this evening won't be here, but they were recognized last week in front of the executive staff for their accomplishments. As your name is read, please join the chief on stage, remain at the stage until all names of the new group have been read and photographs are taken. Each quarter, the department recognizes employees for outstanding performance. The 2017 quarterly award recipients listed in the program are recognized at the precinct level. In addition to those officers who have removed, officers who have removed 5 or more illegal weapons from the streets in 2017 are listed in the program and are recognized at the precinct and division level. We congratulate all these award recipients. We would like to now recognize those employees who have dedicated 25 years of service to the department. Officer Willie Brown, Master Police Officer James Carden, Dispatcher 1 Brian Dodge, Master Police Officer, Brian, you come on up, I saw you earlier. Master Police Officer William Gordon, Master Police Officer Donald Greathouse, Master Police Officer John Hughes, Administrative Assistant 1 Phyllis Napper, Master Police Officer William Nesbitt, Administrative Assistant 2 Carol Schindler.
That represents approximately 200 years of service. Good evening, I'm Lieutenant Pierce. The Citizen Service Award is presented to a citizen for an extreme act of bravery while assisting the police department, or rendering help to an officer or a police department employee, or providing significant assistance in solving a case. Our first award will be presented to Mr. Joseph Padula and Ms. Rachel Farrer. On March 6, 2017, Newport News was the victim of 4 business robberies in less than 10 hours, and Hampton had a business robbery that appeared to be similar in nature. Ms. Farrow observed 2 masked and armed subjects running from a robbery scene. She was able to obtain descriptions and a license plate number. She provided the information to Hampton Police, which allowed our officers to locate the vehicle. The suspects then fled with officers in pursuit. Mr. Padula observed one of the suspects and gave chase. He was able to catch him and hold him down until officers arrived. The suspect was found to have 2 loaded guns on him. Due to your quick thinking and actions, the suspects were apprehended, who later confessed to their part in the business robberies. Thank you for your bravery in helping us take these dangerous suspects off the streets and making our business and community safer. U.S. Navy gunner mate Caleb Greenberg and Ryan DeStefano will also be receiving the Citizen Service Award. On September 1st, 2017, both of you were at the Crab Shack adjacent to the James River. While in the business, you observed a vehicle drive through a wooden fence, go over the concrete riprap, and plunge into the river. You immediately ran over to the spot where the vehicle had gone into the water and, without hesitation, jumped in to assist the driver. You were able to get her back to safety on the shore, where a lifeguard was waiting to assist with medical treatment. Thank you.
Mr. Jason Gilliam was also receiving the Citizen Service Award. On January 14, 2016, you were in the area of Wickham Avenue working as a private investigator in an unrelated case. While working your case, you heard a crash and directed your high-tech video equipment towards a commotion. Your footage captured a robbery in progress. You also proved to be a key piece of evidence that gave our investigators a clear picture of the crime. Most importantly, we were able to identify the suspect, linking him to 2 homicides. Another excellent example of working with our community in the right time, in the right fight crime. Pipe Major Brendan Connick and Chaplain Donald Reed will also receive the Citizen Service Award. In December of 2017, the Newport News Police Department was advised of the passing of a retired officer. The officer's family chose to have their memorial service the day after Christmas. Her family requested a member of the Chaplain Corps to conduct a memorial service and requested the service of a piper from the Pipes and Drums. Despite personal hardship and the service following the day after a holiday, both of you honored the family's request. Your dedication provided a much appreciated and dignified service for the family. Thank you.
Pleasant surprise while we have Pipe Major Brendan Connick on the stage. I want to recognize him. I don't know, but this was Police Week, and our Pipe and Drums went up to Washington, D.C. like they do every year to honor the fallen and their families. And while up there, they always have a competition too with the Pipes and Drum. And the Pipes came in first place in the country. First place in the country, and there's some large departments, so it's a great feat, and the dedication that Brendan has given to our Pipes and Drums over the years. So I would like to present him with the Meritorious Service Award for his 15 years of leadership to the Newport News Pipe and Drum as the Pipe and Drum Major. And again, congratulations. And I believe overall, and anybody there, they placed second in the national pipe and drums competition. That's everybody together. So, thank you. Again, now we need a microphone. At all our services that we have, promotional, funerals for our fallen, our retired officers, anytime that we need to call on them, they're always there to perform. And thank you for the Police Foundation that generously provide the funds for their uniforms and instruments and everything too. So it's a great, and most of it, over half are probably are civilian. They're not members of the department, they're volunteers. So again, thank you for the whole table there. Congratulations. Thank you.
Ms. Karen Fenwick and Anthony Candy will also be receiving the Citizen Service Award. On November 21st, 2017, there was a burglary in the area of your residence. A description was given to dispatch along with additional information of subjects being used to commit the burglary, of objects being used to commit the burglary. Due to the information both of you supplied, within an hour of your call to dispatch, both offenders were located and arrested. The residents' belongings were recovered along with the firearm that had been reported stolen. Thank you. Our next award, the Outstanding Contribution to Law Enforcement Award, is awarded to civilian employees and employees of other law enforcement agencies who have throughout the year exhibited exemplary performance and for a particular act during the year. Our first recipient of the Outstanding Contribution to Law Enforcement Award is firefighter medic Nicholas Crumpler. In the late hours of October 26, 2017, you were working at Fire Station 8 and heard unusual noises coming from the business across the street. You observed a vehicle located inside of the fenced area and observed the operator of the vehicle ram the chain link gate of the business. You immediately contacted 911 and reported the incident. Because of your quick action, the suspect was apprehended and charged with burglary, larceny, possession of burglary tools, and grand larceny. Thank you.
Our second recipient of Outstanding Contribution to Law Enforcement Award is Crime Analyst Jason McCormick. You are constantly pulled in numerous directions and have the ability to meet everyone's needs on top of completing your daily duties. You are routinely sought out by neighboring jurisdictions, state-level fusion centers, and federal partners because of your expertise. Your assistance has been tied directly back to numerous arrests and convictions. Thank you not only for your service, but your flexibility and willingness to work collaboratively with other agencies in fighting crime. A recipient of the Chiefs Award is chosen solely by Chief Grinstead. The special coin of recognition is awarded as an expression of gratitude for exemplary performance or for a particular act during the year. Almost every day, 29 people in the United States die in alcohol-related vehicle crashes. The following officers have gone above and beyond, trying to help reduce those numbers by taking impaired drivers off the road. Thank you for your diligence in keeping us all safe. The following officers are the top arresting officers for DUIs for 2017. Officer Jeffrey Ingram. Master Police Officer Akshay Kim. Detective Jacqueline Merriman. Officer Joel Garber. Officer Joe Kavanaugh. Officer Corey Sadler.
Your Outstanding Police Performance Certificate is awarded to Newport News sworn officers who have, throughout the year, exhibited exemplary performance for a particular act during the year. I got it right that time. The following personnel will receive the Outstanding Police Performance Award: Officer Thomas Allen, Officer Andrew Amarillo, Officer Molly Clark, Officer Jeremiah Hawkins, Officer Daniel Connick, Officer Yasina Mina, Officer Jacob Parrish, Officer Brendan Walzak, and Officer Brian Wilson. On March 6, 2017, a traffic stop was conducted on a vehicle occupied by 3 subjects. While approaching the vehicle, a cartridge casing was observed sitting on the trunk of the vehicle between the trunk and the glass, causing immediate concern regarding the occupants of the vehicle, so additional units were dispatched. With everyone's assistance, suspects were detained and firearms were seized. While getting dangerous subjects who were possibly involved in a shooting off the streets, you maintained your composure, professionalism, and tactics. You knew your responsibilities and communicated expertly among each other during a high-stress situation. Great teamwork. Thank you. Officer Brian Adamson will also be receiving the Outstanding Police Performance Award. Officer Brian Adamson was not able to attend this event.
Sergeant Brendan Bartley, Sergeant Joshua Calhoun, MPO Joseph Carucci, MPO Frank Vito, and Detective Thomas Spence will be receiving the Outstanding Police Performance Award. On April 29, 2017, the Tactical Operations Unit was activated due to gunshots heard in an establishment and entry doors being locked, preventing officers from gaining entrance. Communications was advised that a victim had been shot in the chest and advised officers that it was getting cold and things were getting pretty dark, indicating that time was running out for him. After assembling the TOU team and developing a plan of rescue, making entry into the outer door, the team moved up to the inner door and led directly into the building. One member cleared the threshold and defused the disorderly subject. The remainder of the unit then entered the establishment, rescued the victim, detained the subject, and secured the premises. For your service, we thank you. Detective John Hunt will also be receiving the Outstanding Performance Award. On May 1st, 2015, you were assigned to the Department Organized Crime Division as a drug detective in the Narcotics Enforcement Unit. In less than a year, you progressed from a novice investigator to conducting investigations at level expected of seasoned detectives. In early 2017, the Department and ATF began planning for a collaborative enforcement operation targeting weapons and narcotics distributors in Newport News, and you volunteered and were selected to be co-case agent along with more senior investigator. In July, the co-case agent was promoted and you were left solely responsible for the operation. As a result, your efforts led to 36 criminal offenders have been identified and now facing pending criminal charges. I also want to congratulate him on his new baby.
The George C. Austin Jr. Leadership Award is presented to the Newport News Department employee whose positive character, heart, and work ethic enables them to be a leader not only among their peers, but also in the community. This year's recipient is Master Police Officer William B. Gordon. As a senior member of the Department's Homicide Unit, you display a positive attitude and work ethic on a daily basis. You're very thorough in your case preparation, which is evident by the positive comments we received from the Commonwealth Attorney's Office. In addition to all the responsibilities with the Homicide Unit, you put in extra effort in all you do to include your work with the Newport News Domestic Violence Fatality Review Team, which has been reported to be at a superior level. In addition to your work duties, you find time to be active in the community and positively represent the Newport News Police Department at events such as Cops, Curls, and Collar, Valentine's Day Dance for elementary school-age children at the Mariners Museum. Thank you, MPO Gordon, for representing the Newport News Police Department. The William F. Corvello Leadership Award is presented to a Newport News Police Department employee whose activities have served to make that employee a community role model and whose generous community spirit and sharing efforts have improved the quality of life for the citizens of Newport News. Chief Corvello, would you please join Chief Grinstead on the platform? This year's recipient of the Corvello Award is Lieutenant Jeffrey P. Smith. You are a 17-year veteran of the Newport News Police Department and are currently assigned to the Support Services Division as the Community Outreach Commander, overseeing community outreach, community programs, and school resource officers. As the unit commander, you created the International Outreach Program and revitalized the Lethality Assessment Protocol Program. You are also tasked with supervising the Community Outreach and Education Center, which includes the Police Museum, and ensuring the Department's community crime prevention recertification while pursuing funding through grant opportunities. You continue to provide instruction in various areas to the department, such as the Incident Command System, CPR, leadership education, and academic development. In addition, after spending long hours in service to the department, you dedicate your time to the community as a volunteer. You continue to mentor youth through the American Heritage Girls, Trail Life USA, and Veritas of America. You provide leadership and assistance to your church through programs such as the Church Crisis Management Team, Vacation Bible School, and Lock-ins. Thank you for your service to the department and to the community we serve.
The Civilian of the Year Award is awarded to a non-sworn employee. The 2017 recipient is Senior Crime Analyst Kristen McManus. Over the course of the last year, you have provided valuable intelligence to federal, state, and local law enforcement officers. You can be counted on to find trends, associations, and links between individuals involved during crimes and incidents that occur in the city. You always share your knowledge, experience, and expertise in the search and analysis to coworkers. Crime Intel, the leading national crime intelligence software company, has requested your assistance in training as they've discovered you are an expert in maneuvering through their system. In fact, you have been frequently considered as the go-to person when it comes to this training. You are a valuable asset to the Criminal Intelligence Unit and, more importantly, the department as a whole. We are fortunate to have somebody with such dedication, expertise, who works quickly and effectively to provide tangible product that aids in the critical decisions that aids us in achieving our daily missions. Thank you. Dispatcher of the Year is presented to Senior Dispatcher Robin Kennedy. On April 29, 2017, a call was received from a business in reference to a disorderly subject advising that his cousin was trying to kill him. Ultimately, a tactical situation was called and information was deemed that the victim had been shot in the chest. You played an important and pivotal role in this distressful event as a stressful event unfolded. You held the responsibility of sending help, maintaining police radio control, and keeping the officers informed and safe. For almost an hour, you kept the victim on the line, refusing to break contact with him, continuing to be the calm voice of reassurance that helped him going forward.
The Life-Saving Rescue Medal is awarded to any employee who takes responsible action in an attempt to save a human life where the recipient was not placed in personal danger. Officer Robert Potts and Officer Brian Torres are receiving the Life-Saving Rescue Award for their actions. On February 23, 2017, the two of you were dispatched to a residence regarding an overdose. When you arrived on scene, you were met by a citizen who advised the victim was upstairs and was not breathing. The victim was found upstairs and it was determined the victim was breathing. All of a sudden, the victim stopped breathing and a pulse could not be located. Chest compressions were initiated and the victim started breathing again. Alternating, the two of you continued applying chest compressions until medics arrived on scene. Thank you. Officer Brandon Walzak, Officer Thomas Allen, and Master Police Officer James Hewling will also be receiving the Life-Saving Rescue Award. On September 18, 2017, you responded to a shooting. Upon arrival, a male victim was located lying on his back, suffering from a gunshot wound to his leg. Utilizing your training, you determined the wound to be an arterial bleed and began treating the victim. You worked together to get the tourniquet in a position to stop the bleeding. Your teamwork, training, and communication saved the victim's life.
Officer Mark Hillman and Officer Casey Johnson will also receive the Life-Saving Rescue Award. On August 8, 2017, after being dispatched to a shooting, you located the shooting victim along with 3 citizens, one of whom informed you that the victim had been shot once in the leg, femoral artery area, and once in the abdomen. Direct pressure was applied to the femoral artery area until a tourniquet was applied, and the chest wound was covered with your hands until chest seals were applied. Your communication was calm and clear to one another, which was instrumental in saving the victim's life. Thank you. Although 911 Supervisor Andrea Stodovan cannot be here this evening, she was also receiving the Life-Saving Rescue Award. Where's she here?
Master Police Officer Matthew Overton and Master Police Officer Alvin Pearson are also receiving the Life-Saving Rescue Award. On April 30th, 2017, a call was received from a business in reference to a disorderly subject advising that his cousin was trying to kill him. Units arrived, they advised gunshots were heard, and a tactical situation was confirmed. Ultimately, the tactical unit made entry and provided critical medical aid on the owner until medics arrived.
Officer Zach Lyons is also receiving the Life-Saving Rescue Award. On July 7, 2017, you were called to a residence for a code blue. Upon arrival, you found a subject unresponsive and not breathing. You began CPR with the subject, then began to breathe. You administered CPR until medics arrived and administered Narcan. Due to your quick actions, the victim was able to stand on his own and get an ambulance for transport.
The Humanitarian Award is awarded to any employee whose actions or cumulative actions have subsequently improved quality of life for a citizen or group of citizens. Sergeant Stephen Pennington, Detective Jacqueline Merriman, and Officer Stevie Sturgis will be receiving the Humanitarian Award for their actions. In August 2017, Hurricane Harvey caused immense destruction and misery in the Houston area. Due to the operational demands that were placed on the Houston Police Department, many Houston police officers were unable to address immediate needs of their own families and homes. Their focus was on helping and protecting members of their community. Seeing their sacrifice, you began organizing a department-wide relief effort. Your efforts resulted in 400 pounds of relief supplies for the Houston Police Department. JetBlue Airways was a willing partner, one that would fly the packages and authority you to Houston for personal delivery of the supplies free of charge. These supplies served an immediate use for both the officers and civilian employees working long shifts. You displayed selfless traits, which led not only agencies but communities to respond to those in need.
The Officer of the Year is presented to MPO Trevor Buchanan. He sought getting married, a little bit more important than being here tonight. I guess we won't hold it against him. Supervisor of the Year is presented to Sergeant Kevin Hardian. In addition to performing his daily responsibilities as Economic Crimes and Pawn Unit Supervisor, due to transfers and retirements, you initiated a caseload of your own by reviewing and investigating cases. Not only would you routinely converse with the unit detectives about cases, but you would also conduct victim and offender interviews. You worked numerous cases involving identity theft, mail fraud, and wire fraud. Your accomplishments, along with many others are not mentioned, reflect great credit on yourself and your dedication to the City of Newport News and its citizens. Thank you. Problem Solving of the Year Award is awarded to an individual or group that has presented a project, significant substance through an assessment, stage, or beyond as they applied the SARA model. Officer Daniel Akaratovic will be receiving the Problem Solving of the Year Award. On March 3rd, 2017, Newport News Police Department received intelligence regarding a business located in the city that was operating as an illegal after-hours club where illegal drug distribution, prostitution, gambling, and alcoholic sales were occurring. Newport News police officers responded to numerous calls for service at this location. You took the initiative to investigate the continuous issues and determine the establishment to be continuing a common nuisance. An operational plan was devised and a search warrant was obtained for the establishment. A large-scale operation took place, and as a result, the operation, 58 individuals were charged with criminal offenses, 4 firearms recovered, and cocaine was seized. The owner, manager, and the co-owner had numerous charges placed against them. Thank you.
Our volunteer of the year is Chaplain Don Reed. September of 2015, you began serving as a volunteer and were assigned to the recruiting division. In 2016, you also began serving as a volunteer police chaplain and have continued to effectively serve in both of these capacities, volunteering over 700 hours of your time and talent. Always prepared and always professional has been a description of your commitment to the Newport News Police Department, and we thank you. The Bronze Medal of Valor is awarded when an officer performs a courageous act beyond what is normally expected of a dedicated officer in a similar situation. The officer's actions are sound and appropriate, and through his own actions or those of others is exposed to an unusually high level of danger. And the danger is such that death or serious injury is a realistic possibility. Sergeant Perry Bartels is receiving the Bronze Medal of Valor for his actions. On April 29, 2017, the Tackle Operations Unit was activated due to gunshots and officers being unable to gain entry to a local establishment. Per information received from communications, the owner had been shot in the chest and was not doing well. Knowing the subject was inside, the front Quick Reaction Force members made entry into the establishment through the outer door and up to the inner door that led directly to the building. It fell upon you to clear the threshold of the inside from the vestibule. As you were doing so, you encountered a disorderly subject who was still armed and began to raise his weapon towards you and other TOU members. You had engaged the subject to protect yourself and your fellow officers. At that point, members of the Quick Reaction Force entered the establishment, rescued the victims, detained the suspect, and secured the premises, and critical medical aid was started on the owner. Thank you, Sergeant Patelis, for your service and expertise.
Just a quick administrative correction update. The bronze medal has been upgraded to silver medal for Sergeant Bartels. The following individuals have been chosen to receive the Team Effort of the Year award. Sergeant Jeremiah Harrison, Detective Alex Clark, Sergeant Randolph Cupp, Detective Francais Milson, Sergeant Charles Lito, Detective Matthew Schmidt, Sergeant Van Lawson, Detective Michelle Rivera Ramirez, Sergeant Stephen Pennington, Officer George Figueroa, NPO Jamel Alexander, Officer Brandon Gillespie, MPO Allison Erickson, Officer Zachary Lyons, MPO Lloyd LeGrand, Officer Wynn Stewart, MPO Daniel Davis, MPO Jerome Harrison for Hampton Police Division. Correction, that's Newport News. Sergeant James Curtis, Hampton Police Division. MPO Hal Trong. Detective Michael Snellgrove, I'm hoping I pronounced that right, from Hampton. MPO Ralph Stanley. Detective Stephen Carpenter, Hampton Police Division. MPO Donald Watt. Detective Amanda Moreland, Hampton Police Division. MPO David Daniel. And last but not least, Detective Michael Burris, Hampton Police Division. On March 6, 2017, the city of Newport News was victim of 4 business robberies in less than 10 hours, and the city of Hampton had a business robbery that appeared to be similar in nature. Based on the similarity of the robberies and circumstances surrounding the robbery series, the 2 jurisdictions joined forces to investigate, with the Newport News and Hampton Police Departments working together. The strength and capabilities, great teamwork, and collaboration resulted in the successful arrest of 2 armed robbers. You were professional, focused, and played on the important part of the success for this investigation. Thank you for each of you. In addition to our award winners, we're also gathered here this evening to celebrate recent promotions of 4 of our officers. 5. We're going 5? 5 officers. Do I have 6? All right. As your name was read, I ask you to thank you. I ask you to come forward. Sergeant Joshua Calhoun. I'm sorry, I need the families to come up as well, but I see you're ahead of me. Sergeant Calhoun was hired as a patrol officer for the Newport News Police Department in October 2007. During his career, he has held the position of Master Police Officer and Master Police Detective assigned to Organized Crime Division and Tactical Operations Unit. He is also a task force officer with the Virginia State Police and the Department of Homeland Security Investigations assigned to Hampton Roads Peninsula Drug Initiative. He is the recipient of multiple outstanding police performance awards, the Bronze Medal of Valor, the Washington-Baltimore High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Award, and the 2018 U.S. Attorney's Public Service Award. He holds a bachelor's degree in political science. On November 20th, 2017, he was promoted to sergeant and is currently assigned to North Precinct Watch 2. Joining him this evening is his wife Melissa and son Logan. Congratulations, Sergeant Calhoun.
Sergeant Michael Goss and his family, please come up. Sergeant Michael Goss was hired as a patrol officer for the Newport News Police Department on May 16, 2008. He has served as a field training officer in North and South precincts. He is currently the recipient of the 2014 Life Saving Award and is currently a crisis intervention team instructor, lead traffic stop instructor, and a DUI instructor. He holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. On December 4, 2017, he was promoted to sergeant and is currently assigned to North Precinct Watch 4. He is joined this evening by his wife Maria and son Levi. Congratulations, Sergeant Goss. Sergeant Stephen Pennington. He's been promoted a little while, but he has unable to make the last promotion ceremony. His son Cooper is joining him on stage.
Sergeant James Clark and family. Sergeant James Clark was hired as a patrol officer for the Newport News Police Department on July 5th, 1999. During his career, he's held several different positions, including field training officer, South Property Crimes Detective, Tactical Operations Breacher, and has been a member of the Marine Unit for over 10 years. He is also a U.S. Army veteran of Operation Desert Storm. Sergeant Clark holds an associate's degree in administrative justice and is an active member of the SMP training team. On February 12, 2018, he was promoted to sergeant and is recently assigned to Central Precinct Watch 4. Joining him this evening is his daughter Alexis and girlfriend Brooke. Congratulations, Sergeant Clark. Final promotion for the evening, somebody you may recognize, Lieutenant Edward Pierce and family. Bachelor number 4. Lieutenant Edward Pierce has over 13 years of service with the Newport News Police Department. Hired on February 22nd, 2005, he began his career as a patrol officer and center on the North Precinct. He has also since held positions as part-time Marine Unit Officer, Canine Officer, Mobile Command Bus Operator, Mobile Field Force Supervisor. In May of 2012, he was promoted to Sergeant, where he served as a shift supervisor in Central Precinct, North Precinct, and North Precinct Investigation. He holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. December of 2017, he was promoted to Lieutenant and is currently assigned to South Precinct Watch 4. He is joined this evening by his wife Julie and his son Nicholas. Congratulations, Lieutenant Pierce. We just have one more round of applause for all the recipients this evening.
All right, so thank you, Lieutenant Hahn and Lieutenant Pierce, and congratulations to all the award recipients and our 4 officers who were recently promoted. Make that 5. Didn't make it in here. You got it. And we're going to do an award for our best looking and friendliest officer. You can only have one. It was a hard one. We can only have one. Everywhere she goes, she is a big hit. Her Facebook engagement consistently outnumber any other, and her loving attitude exceeds no one. Our best looking and friendliest officer award goes to K9 Lacey. So Lacey's date this evening is her handler, Sergeant Cummings.
Hi, we got you something. You want to know? Or these? Congratulations.
All right, we're going to do one more. Our second award goes to our best dressed officer. This officer has the straightest creases, shiniest shoes, and sparkliest brass always, even when running in a marathon. And that award goes to Captain Morgan Teetons. You can come up and get your basket, Morgan. Thank you, Captain Teetons, for making the rest of us look like we need an iron and shoe polish. All right, so our next award, and if you've been around a while, you'll certainly understand this one and why, but the next award is for the most donuts destroyed by a single officer. And that goes to no other than our very own Sergeant Perry Bartels. So our next award is going to go to the best eater in the department. How he stays in such great shape, we're not sure, but this officer is always willing to attend an event, camera in hand, where victuals, as his Tennessee kinfolk call them, are being served. And that's NPO Brandon Maynard.
Where do I push it? Eat it.
This one. And I'm a cat.
Okay, great.
All right, so our last award tonight before we leave is for the Best Actor Award, who will of course receive an Oscar. This acting officer has helped to bring us together as a team and as a family. He respects the job we all do as sworn and civilian NNPD personnel and deserves not only this award, but a whole picture on the Chiefs Hall of Fame wall. But the bottom line is that he's not acting. We all know his dedication and support of this department is genuine and that he cares greatly about us all. So the award for Best Actor goes to Acting Chief Michael Grinstead. Thank you for all you've done for us. All right, this concludes our program. Chaplain Maxwell will now deliver the benediction.
Oh, wow. It's funny. I knew he was going to win the Best Actor Award. Anyway, did you all have a good time? I had a good time. Amen. Anyway, I didn't know Sarge could sing either, so the next time we had the In-Touch tournament, he's going to sing the Star Spangled Banner. Then that man that we'll let the police win this time, all right? All right, y'all don't win this time. Anyway, let me get out of here. I was about to call the police, but y'all already here. But anyway, let us close out and for this great time we had. Lord, we ask you to keep everyone safe. We ask you to get them home safely. And we just thank you, Lord. Keep this energy going. Keep this curated energy going to go into the city so we can continue to protect our citizens of Newport News. In your name, amen. Amen.
Thank you all for coming. Have a great night.